Hey everyone, welcome to my poorly lit garage, Papa's home. Today we're going to take a look at the Philips Hue recessed light. This is for a 4-inch retrofit, so just some interesting things to note. This light is capable of dimming, so I could have a dimly lit or very bright. I can choose between warm colors and cooler colors. In addition, I get access to 16 million colors. So what's also great is that this light is eco-friendly. It is an LED. Only using 8.5 watts, and you can see the brightness there, 650 lumens. It says that the bulb will last 35,000 hours. So if I were to break that down into, let's say, 8 hours per night, it'll last me long enough for about 12 years. I'm gonna be installing this over my front porch, and then I'll show off some of the other Hue lights, and you can kind of see what the whole house looks like at night. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need this adapter. On mine, I pretty much already have this connection, so I'm hoping I can just plug it in and it'll be super easy. So a couple things to note. That's the actual power connector, and you'll see that there's these 3 clips. So you just take that off, you'll put that in. You'll want to make your connection here first. So it'll be like this guy, and you just plug it in, and it should be good to go. All right, so now that I'm ready to remove the light, what I try to do is just try to gently kind of pull down on all sides. And try to just pull it straight down. Yeah, gross. I think the stucco crew got a little overboard and made this a little bit more difficult to remove. I don't know if you hear that, but big old chunks of stucco up in here. I have to be careful not to chip off too much. But I think I got a pretty good idea of what I can get. It's funny looking under here, you can see the original color of the old stucco, which is pumpkin orange. If you remember earlier, this is the cable for the power. All I'm gonna do is just disconnect this. Just like that. So you can see this is the connector, this is the old light, big old chunks of stucco kind of on the side there. A lot of it was actually up in the can, but you can see some of the residue where it was before. It actually kind of just comes right off, but it was just a lot of it up there. But I think it's pretty clean now. And I think this can only go one way. Kind of waiting for a click sound. I didn't really hear one, but it's definitely in. The light isn't completely flush with the stucco. I bet with a little screwdriver I could probably tap it and it'll sit in there much nicer. But I'm gonna see what it looks like from the ground level first. That's very noticeable, all right. So to be honest, I don't know if these are the right tools for the job, but I'm just gonna give it a shot. You know what? This bulb is very expensive. Oh man. That does not want to come out. All right, I'm gonna be gentle. This isn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I'm not using any effort at all. Just gently tapping with the hammer. 10 out of 10 would not recommend doing it this way. See how that fits this time. Oh boy. Oh my God. I just made this project way harder on myself. All right, let's try again. Still room for improvement, but I think we're splitting hairs at this point. Yeah, I can mess with it all I want. No one's ever gonna look up. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a lot more in the back right here. I'm not gonna do it. It's fine. So I'm not sure what I'll do with this light, but I think for now I'm just gonna hold on to it, put it in this plastic wrap. The things I can do now that I have a tripod. All right. So now I'm gonna back up a little bit. So maybe you can see the way it kind of lights up the space down here. Now what I'm gonna do is go turn it on. So that's awesome. Though this bulb can like change colors and everything like that, if you need it to just act like a light bulb, just plug it in, turn on a switch, it works right away. You don't need the software to make it work. You're missing out on half the fun. Just saying, it'll work right out of the box. You can actually see how well that one light does for lighting up that entire porch area. You can see I actually have a whole bunch of these lights all kind of along the track right here. So if you count them, I've got 4 on this side of the house. And if I go over here, I've got 1 shining down on this wall. So and you can notice that from the street, I actually can't see the lights at all, which is great. It actually tucks in really nicely. You can actually see 2 of them right there. And then I've got my Ring security camera up there as well. And if you step back, you can actually see my other Ring security camera. So that one's built into the doorbell. And I pretty much have them staged at all the different entrances. But what I wanted to really showcase with these lights is how much they can kind of change color. So if I back up, you can hardly see right now, but as the sun's setting, the lights are slowly turning on, they're getting brighter and brighter. So now that the sun is set, you can actually see what the light looks like now. You can see that the rest of the house really isn't very well lit. You can see I've put some ambient lights kind of around the trees, which does look really nice. But another thing that I did, and I showed you earlier in that clip, I put a whole bunch of those little spotlights. Also, I think my garage door looks like cat eyes. So kind of going from left to right here. You know, looking at this, I think I might make the porch light a little bit dimmer, but overall, I think it actually looks really good. Since it's Pride Month, I decided to kind of set the whole house to be rainbow colors. And what's great is anytime there's like a new holiday, whether it's 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, you name it, I can totally just repaint the house to whatever color to celebrate any holiday. You know, it's super easy. You know, typically I always think it's a lot of work to put up Christmas lights every year, but what's great with these is that you just put them up there permanently, and with the touch of a button, you could totally change the whole look and feel of the house. So I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. It'd be great if you could subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. One last thing you might be wondering is how much do these bulbs cost? I think I've spent $750 on the entire front, but I think it's great because I can basically celebrate every holiday all the time and just because. And honestly, I just think they're neat. I think honestly for me, I just found myself buying maybe 1 to 3 at a time, just depending on what part of the house I want to emphasize. So anyways, I hope you learned something. I think this is cool. Overall, I really like Hue. It integrates well with everything. I'm not getting a sponsorship or anything from Philips Hue, I just like their products. Anyways, I hope you learned something and just want to say thanks for stopping by.